Hi guys, we are going to discuss Army of Darkness. I really like it a lot, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I was obsessed with Red Sonja as a child, and anything sword and sorcery plus skeletons, I'm probably going to be a fan. I know that this movie is absurd, and it doesn't exactly fit in with the first two Evil Dead movies, but I feel like this is where Bruce Campbell really becomes Ash. I feel like whatever Ash is gets cemented in this movie. A lot of this movie is just Bruce Campbell hamming it up, doing his whole thing in the windmill with the little tiny ashes, the fighting with his evil self. It's so fun, but it doesn't really fit the horror of the first two movies. I really like the skeleton army. That is probably a big part of why I like this movie so much, because there's not much to the movie. Like I said, sword and sorcery has always been a big thing for me, and I grew up with The Last Unicorn, with the talking skeleton in it. So skeletons, I just love them. And one of my favorite coffee companies is Bones Coffee, and the reason I tried them is because they have skeletons in their packaging artwork. So all of their different flavors have different skeleton tableaus on them, and there is a dark chocolate. It's called Army of Dark Chocolate, and it is delicious. Bruce delivers these great one-liners, and he's overly confident, overly cocky, in a bad mood, But I mean, I guess if you're transported to the Middle Ages and you just want to get back home, you probably don't have much patience with these annoying people. What does he call them? Primates. The Deadites are far and few between. There's the two in the pit. There's the one who, when he's getting fed his grapes, I think, there's the one who just starts spouting out prophecy. I think my favorite scene is actually the graveyard scene where he's trying to say the words when there are three Necronomicons and he has to choose and he has to say the words, and he was so quick to dismiss the guy telling him you have to say them correctly and he says them incorrectly. That whole scene, I just love it. And all the skeletons bursting out of the ground. It's so well done. The special effects are amazing. And I love the fact that it is a Dino De Laurentiis movie. He had a hand in Red Sonja. And yeah, I think it's a great watch. It's fun. You don't have to know the history. He does kind of a little recap in the beginning anyway. And it's a good time. It's very short, not very long at all. The battle is really good with all these skeletons. Some are actual people in skeleton outfits, and you can see that their eyes are kind of covered with a black fabric so they can still see through, and they're actually in there. Other skeletons seem to be puppets. Evil Ash is really funny. I don't know why during their entire fight though, Ash doesn't try and just cut the head off. I feel like that would have worked. Same with Sheila. Like, why not go for the head? Why not behead these things? I do like the theatrical ending. I have seen the alternate ending that they originally wanted to use, but it was deemed too... I think they said it was deemed too hopeless or something. Like, it was too much of a downer. And so the fact that he overslept and woke up in the future was how they were originally going to leave it. But I like it much better that he just shows up at S-Mart and, saves the day from a deadite. It's just so Ash. So, yes, I highly recommend it. Great 90s movie. The movie looks really good. The transfer that I watched has a very nice crispness, and it does look like it had a lot more money. Ironically, I rewatched all three recently, and the first movie looked good, the second movie looked kind of bad, and then the third movie looked really great. Like, the scenery was beautiful, the shots in the cemetery and the actual battle scenes, those were all really gorgeous. Have a spooky day.